California is all in on EVs. Well, they've so much so been all in on EVs that they are the top consumer state for EVs nationwide. I believe, don't quote me 100%, but I believe in the article that I recently been reading, because I'm always covering articles. I saw that they are one of the biggest consumer, or if not the biggest consumers for EVs around the whole nation. Well, this time around, the California Highway Patrol is testing the Lucid Air as their patrol car, and we're going to get into the article. What is going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. If you guys are rocking with the content, remember to smash that thumbs up and to subscribe for your boy, and let's keep on rocking. So the California Highway Patrol Association, or the Highway Patrol, they're testing the Lucid Air. Now, for the regular civilian, the Lucid Air brings 430 horsepower. It has an MSRP of $70,000. And that model could definitely goes up, and it soars in price up to $249,000 for the 1,234 horsepower Sapphire, which is an insane beast of a vehicle. Now, with this one that we're seeing here, we see everything that's on a cop vehicle. Obviously, it's been tested completely. We see the emergency lights, we see the steel wheels, we see the push bumper, we see everything. Now, the biggest take on this, it's the range, and we're gonna get into the article here. So the California's Highway Patrol's motto is safety, service, and security. But you might throw the recharging into the mix. Safety, security, recharging could be that. Now, you have to remember that the range is something that's going to get in the way when, obviously, if you're ever in a pursuit, how much range there is on the vehicle. And the article goes to say, even so much so that the old Dodge Charger Pursuit, but the Lucid Air has 430 horsepower and an estimated range of 420 miles. Now, the $78,900 Air Touring ups the ante by 620 horsepower, and it allows a 0 to 60 in about 3.4 seconds. Despite the jump in performance, the range falls shortly by 40 miles. Now, for bigger departments and departments that don't care about the budgets, or they have a disregard for the taxpayer dollars, the Grand Air Touring in the Sapphire could be in the table. Now, the former Sapphire, or the Grand Touring, starts at $110,000. It has 819 horsepower, and it has a range of 512 miles. Now, the Sapphire, on the other hand, goes all the way up to $249,000. It is an EV hypercar, is what they call it. It has 1,234 horsepower, and it has a 0 to 60 in 1.89 seconds. Now, the common here, or the denominator here, is, okay, there is a lot of range, but what if you're caught in the middle of a pursuit where you're half charged on the battery because as you're patrolling on the street, your battery's being wasted. So if you're caught in the middle of a pursuit and you're under the range, you're gonna fall short, and whoever's in a nice vehicle, they're gonna leave you behind. Now, obviously, there's gonna be way more patrols in the street that are gonna be able to chase a person. You could obviously throw a helicopter on them. There's always ways to catch the perpetrator, but the range is what pretty much has a weak spot in the EVs. The range has always been a weak spot in EVs, and you can't just charge an EV like how you put gas, because you can literally go and fuel up. It's gonna take you 10-15 minutes to fuel up, and you're out of there. For an EV, that's not the case. And we're gonna get into some pictures here. This one is here with the door opens. We can see the steel push bumper in the front. Obviously, don't get me wrong, this car looks amazing. I really love the everything that they've done here. It actually says Lucid Pursuit, and you see the California Bear there, and the big horn in the front for the lights. You see the thin lights up top, the LEDs in the front, the whole shebang. And then you actually look at this vehicle, and it looks like a cop car from like the future, or what you would see in a RoboCop movie. I think EVs, for when it comes to the government and for patrolling and for being cops, as long as you're not getting into a chase, as long as you're just patrolling, giving tickets, maybe investigating certain things, I think it's okay. I think that is fine. Obviously, the Lucid Sapphire is a 1,200 horsepower vehicle. It's going to be hard to get away from that because they are extremely fast. Now, the 430 horsepower one for $70,000, that seems to be right around the price range where I would see that is fine. Again, all of that falls back into the taxpayers' money. Now, there is this huge push on EVs, and it's almost a mandate. Almost in California, it's a mandate, almost, But hopefully with this new administration, things could change, because I really hate being pushed things in my face that I don't want to do. Obviously, saying that it is a mandate doesn't mean that the government is telling you you have to buy EVs from now on, or else you're going to go to jail, or you're going to get a ticket or whatever. No, that's not the case. But there is a huge push on it. There's obviously companies automotive companies that are not messing with it. There's some companies that are stop building them. There's some companies that are putting them in delay. There's some of them that are actually accelerating it. If you guys didn't know, the new Dodge Charger Daytona that's going to come in the EV form and the V6 Huracan motor, they're actually going to push the ICE engine motor first, then the actual EV. So we'll have to see what that looks like. Well, we'll see how this pans out. The California Highway Patrol is definitely taking in the vehicles. They're definitely testing it. We'll see how well this pans out when it comes to the street. Again, if you're patrolling with a vehicle, I don't think it's bad. If you get in a car chase, that's where I think you're gonna have a problem. I love this picture here. I think they did an amazing job by the way it looks. The steel wheels, big steel wheels, by the way, and big wide tires too. The push bumpers, the lights. I think it looks amazing, and I think it's gonna be great. At least maybe even city pursuit. That's okay, because 450 range and 500 for the other one. That's a lot of range, but still, you have to remember you're patrolling and the battery waste. I'll read you guys in the comments. Let me know what you guys think. If you guys are rocking with the content, remember to smash that thumbs up and the subscribe. Let's keep on rocking, guys. I am out of here.